Hi, welcome back to the course. The objective of this current module is to further explore the capability iteration of architecture development method. However, in this section, we will expand further on the Web First Banking Corporation case study. Lisa Nosovich has been eagerly looking forward to fill the role of Chief Enterprise Architect at Web First Banking Corporation. Lisa has been with WebFirst for over 7 years. She started there as a senior strategist and has over the years moved up the ranks to her present role of Chief Strategy Officer, reporting to CEO. She is trusted by the executive management for her thought leadership, thorough professionalism, as well as her breadth and depth of industry knowledge. In her role as the Chief Strategy Officer for WebFirst, Lisa is responsible for assisting Ned Skipper, the CEO, with development, communication, and sustained execution of strategy. It was Lisa who first highlighted that WebFirst lacked and badly needed a business-led enterprise architecture practice. As a result of several months of lobbying, her request to create an enterprise architecture team was approved by the executive board, and Tom Weissman is the first appointee to that team. In her first meeting with Tom, Lisa walked through the strategic plan that she and her strategy team had created, essentially composed of 3 focus areas which they referred to as strategic themes. And these were building the digital foundation, adopting customer and value-centric business model, and cultural renovation. The objective of building a solid digital foundation which is flexible as well as evolvable is core to the bank's future strategy, Lisa explained. She continued, as you know, WebFirst, which was originally called Eastern Hills Union Bank back in the 70s, was built on a core set of processes and systems that were put together to support the brick-and-mortar branches and physical distribution channels that supported the widespread network of branches. As technology became available and viable, they were strapped on as layers on top of existing systems, more so as a tactical reaction to stay relevant and competitive rather than as a well-thought-out strategic initiative. These layers began accumulating since the 1970s when the ATMs came into existence, followed by call centers in the 1980s and the web-based channels in the 90s and mobile banking in the late 2000s and beyond. Hence, we always viewed ourselves as a bank with multiple channels, and our strategy catered to the maintenance and enhancement of each individually. Towards the end of the previous decade, the combination of financial crisis and its lessons in general, the loss of public trust in the banking system, regulatory changes and continuous onslaught of technology-driven banking business models have called into question the value proposition the banking industry have to offer. Many non-traditional players have made inroads into our market. All these have changed the scenario topsy-turvy for our industry, so to speak, in the last 5 to 7 years, Lisa explained. She continued, we now realize that in the future, we should not be looking at the bank's branches and physical distribution channels as our foundations anymore. They are not anymore the primary channels through which the bank interfaces with its customers anyway. Today, we are living through an era where all of banking can be reduced to bits and bytes, and the bank itself can be viewed as a collection of services that can evolve dynamically in response to the changing reality. It is about time we reflect these changes in the DNA of our business. Hence the need for a digital foundation, she explained. This would help the bank as a whole to evolve dynamically and respond rapidly to market forces through innovative services which can be rapidly prototyped, tested, developed, and then taken to market, she concluded. Tom and Lisa further discussed on the proposed strategic digital core for the bank, and they also covered the other 2 strategic themes in their meeting, which were focused on moving away from a product and fee-centric business model towards customer and value centricity. Lisa went on to further clarify how the bank is now looking beyond banking itself and into other business areas such as large retail outlets, car dealers, entertainment industry, event managers, and so forth to create an ecosystem of compelling value to its customers, as well as all parties involved. The other focus area of strategy, Lisa explained, was to rethink and rebuild the corporate culture, mindset, and values of WebFirst. This would therefore enable redesigning the business processes, internal and external value networks, etc., to align as well as support and enable these new set of values. Lisa explained. As a next step, Lisa wanted Tom's advice on how he intends to build the enterprise architecture capability under him and initiate the enterprise architecture development process within the organization. She suggested that first he should familiarize himself with the way the bank is structured and organized today and how it operates its business. She recommended that he talk to a number of his peers and key stakeholders, especially those involved in transformation initiatives. Tom acknowledged that the approach suggested is a good way to take things forward and appreciated Lisa for the overview of the strategy and for taking time to explain the rationale and the context as well as the background supporting these strategies. He promised to get back to Lisa within the next couple of weeks with an initial view of the approach that he is putting together and that he would keep her posted on the progress he is making along the way.